Hey everybody, it's Jim of Animateducated. Today you're going to learn a little bit about Jiri Trnka. Jiri Trnka was a Czech puppet maker, an illustrator, a motion picture animator, and film director. In addition to extensive career as an illustrator, especially for children's books, he was best well known for his work as animated puppets using stop motion animation, which began in 1946. So here's a documentary all about Jiri Trnka.
The son of a plumber, Jiri Trnka was born in Bohemia on February 24, 1912. He learned his trade at an early age, helping his grandmother make toy horses and dolls, and helping his mother, who was a dressmaker. By the age of 11, Trnka was working at the local theater, owned by famed puppeteer Joseph Škupa. With Škupa's help, in 1928 he enrolled in the prestigious School of Applied Arts in Prague. After graduation, Trnka earned a living drawing illustrations for newspapers. He directed a few theatrical plays and had some success as a painter. But his real success came as an illustrator of children's books. Trnka didn't make his first short film, Grandpa Planted a Beet, until he was 33. It immediately marked him as someone to watch, partly because his human characters made him one of the first animators to rebel against the Disney formula. After 4 more cell cartoons, in 1947, Trnka directed his first puppet animation film, The Czech Year, depicting the 6 divisions of a year in the Czech countryside. Finally, Trnka was able to express himself the way he wanted, and he was off and running toward becoming the world's premier puppet animator. In 1948, Trnka directed his first feature film, Emperor's Nightingale, which won him instant international acclaim. In 1951, Rembrandt Films added an English narration by Boris Karloff and released the film in U.S. theaters.
Surely this plain, simple creature wasn't the famous minstrel of the picture book?
When a restored version was distributed on video in 1996, Wired magazine called it one of the most stunningly beautiful animated films ever released.
The Nightingale had opened the gates for him. He had learned that love is strong, that freedom is good, and that custom is made to break.
The following year, Trnka made Song of the Prairie, a parody of the American Western. And Chekhov's Story of the Bass Cello, about a bass player whose clothes are stolen while he's bathing in a river. When he happens upon a beautiful maiden in the same predicament, he hides her in the case of his large double bass. Next, in 1950, Trnka made the epic Prince Bayaya, which tells of the heroic exploits of a poor country boy who becomes a prince. A master had been born. Trnka was particularly adept at translating literature into puppet animation, like his interpretation of The Good Soldier Švejk, the famous comic Czech novel by Jaroslav Hašek. Private Švejk celebrates the unconquerable spirit of the common man, eternally at war to preserve his individuality against the modern military machine, or any system which treats the individual as a number in a register. In all his films, Trnka took control of the entire puppet animation process, from construction of the puppets to set design to the meticulous frame-by-frame filming. Trnka was a driven artist, capable of profound subtlety and beauty. He was a sculptor, painter, and illustrator. But as a puppet animator, he set standards for an entirely new and independent screen genre, rivaling Disney in its freshness and wonder. In 18 years, he made 20 puppet animation films and 8 traditional cell films, as well as Merry Circus, neither a puppet film nor a cartoon, but an entirely unique means of expression and technique. It's made from stop-action photography of paper cutouts. Yet Trnka also had a dark, melancholy side. His large, foreboding presence, accentuated by the dark scar across his cheek, only added to his mystery. Part of his torment was no doubt due to his mixed feelings about the special place he held in Czech society. While he was at odds with the communist government, he also enjoyed the extraordinary privileges it bestowed upon him. His last film, The Hand, was banned in communist Czechoslovakia despite winning the top prize at the Annecy International Animation Festival. It is a darkly humorous allegory on totalitarianism. An artist, happy in his life, devotes his time making a pot for his favorite flower. But a giant hand appears and orders him to create a statue of a hand instead. He resists at first, but the hand is all-powerful, and he's forced to submit at the cost of his liberty and ultimately his life. Trnka's legacy lies in his film's ability to entertain, to delight children and adults alike. In 1966, 4 years before his death, Newsday lauded Trnka as second to Chaplin as a film artist because his work inaugurated a new stage in a medium long dominated by Disney. Trnka, said Jean Cocteau, the very name conjures up childhood and poetry.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that documentary about Jiri Trnka. And if you enjoyed that in any way, you can leave a comment below and let other people know. And if you did enjoy this a lot, you can actually press that button right there. See how smooth that is? Anyway, I also have some other videos here you might be interested in as well. And we'll see you next time on Animated Educated.